Hey everybody, it's Kyle here again. Today's video was originally supposed to be something completely different, but then life happens, so throws you some curves. But I think you'll enjoy this. Um, Over the weekend, my brother got married, which I want to preface this video and say I couldn't be happy for them, and I'm so happy that I was able to be the best man and be a part of the wedding. But that doesn't mean that it went smoothly. But we'll get there. So I should start out by saying that when he decided for me to be the best man, that was my biggest fear. Was I don't want to fall down the aisle. Like, I don't want to mess anything up. Like, I want it to be perfect for them. Well, that kind of didn't go as planned. Still a great wedding, but we didn't quite get there. So, typically you do a rehearsal the night before the wedding. So we're at the church, we do the rehearsal, I think everything's going to be fine. We're going through the ceremony, he's going through what exactly is going to happen, it's going to be good. One part of the ceremony is the aisle runner for down the aisle. We didn't use the aisle runner for the rehearsal. Man, I wish we would have. So rehearsal goes good, go to rehearsal dinner, next stage the wedding. We get to the church about 2 hours before the wedding. The whole time, everyone keeps telling me, like, oh, Kyle, like, somebody's gonna fall, or not necessarily me, but just kind of making fun of her. Because the groomsmen had to, instead of walking down the aisle both times, down and back, we came through a side door. But in order to get to that door, we had to climb up some stairs. So we were joking like, oh, somebody's gonna fall, or, we're gonna end up screwing it up. Well, that part goes fine. We're at the ceremony. It's pretty warm in the church. I won't lie, I run pretty warm, but it was pretty warm. They, I guess, did not want to turn the air on, or didn't turn it up very high. So I'm literally dripping sweat. At one point, I thought I was going to pass out. And, like, legitimately, I thought I was about to pass out. I was telling myself, like, please, not here. Please, not here. Like, bend your knees. Because they always say, like, breathe and bend your knees. So I'm sitting there bending my knees. And at this point, I'm facing forward, so no one can see how bad I'm sweating from the audience. But like, after the ceremony, my mom was like, I really thought you were going to pass out. And I was like, I was. But we made it through. We survived. So, typical wedding ceremony, the bride's father gives her away. Well, he does, and he ends up messing up the runner down the aisle. And I'm thinking, okay, well, if he did it, like, I could be in some real trouble, But, like, it's gonna be fine, it's gonna be fine. So, we get through the ceremony. I'm thinking, okay, I didn't pass out, we're good. Well, the maid of honor says to me, like, Kyle, please be careful, don't fall. Like, okay, I got this. Well, 2 steps in, I fall. My crutch gets caught in the runner, and I go down. So my first thought is, okay, hop back up. Because it wasn't a complete fall, like I caught myself with my hand. So I popped back up, and I had to go back a second. When we were joking about somebody falling, I said, oh, it'll probably be me. But if I do, I'll just jump up and scream, woo. So that's exactly what I did. So I hop up, I'm like, woo, and I keep walking. Few more steps, I go down again. So my shoe, I kick up the runner with my shoe. I end up ripping the whole thing in the middle. Everyone is kind of like, oh God, like, how can we help? The maid of honor's like trying to help me up. It's not really working. I pop back up again. Take a few more steps, I fall again. Finally, we just kick the runner to the side, and I walk down the aisle. Thankfully, my brother and sister-in-law had no idea that I had fallen. We get out down the aisle, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, I fell. They're like, oh my God, you fell? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, oh, are you okay? I'm good. I did end up breaking a cufflink. and I do have some bruises on my arms, but I'm good. Uh, but thankfully, there's no photographic evidence of me falling, because when I fell, everyone was just, concerned about me being hurt and just, continuing to walk. Because my whole thing was I didn't want to slow down the procession. So I'm just in the moment. It's kind of a blur because it all happened so fast. The 3 falls felt like they just bam, bam, bam. I'm just like, keep going, keep trudging. Well, in retrospect, I should have stopped, collected myself, and kept moving, like after pausing, but didn't do that at the time. But the real interesting part was then the processional, because, that's, for those that don't know, the wedding party stands in a line and people, guests at the wedding, come through and you say congratulations and you did well and all that fun stuff. Well, I generally got about 3 reactions, because I was trying to make it lighthearted. I said, the ceremony went too smooth. I had to spice it up. And some people, laugh, and it was a good time, like not being serious. Some people were like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, are you okay? And I was, yeah, I'm fine. Other people, well, I guess I got 4 reactions. Other people either pretended that they didn't see it. Because I would say, ceremony went too smooth, I had to spice it up and fall. And they'd be like, oh no, what are you talking about? Specifically, I had one couple where the wife was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then the husband was like, oh, you recovered nicely. Like, that was, you did good. You were graceful. So people would either, try to pretend it didn't happen, laugh along with me, or generally just kind of walk past me because I feel like they didn't know what to say to me, either because they didn't know who I was or because they just didn't know how to respond to me, like, falling. So that was kind of fun because it was just, you never knew what kind of reaction you were going to get. So it was just kind of fun for me to see how people would respond. But the reason I wanted to share this story, because I actually think it's funny now, which is why I can, it's now Tuesday. This happened Saturday, so barely 2 full days. Well, 3 days now. But the whole time, like in the beginning, I said that, I was scared of ruining their wedding. I didn't want, somehow my disability to get in the way. And then it did. Not on purpose, it just kind of happened, and I think I let that get to me too much, and I think that was just kind of in my head, and, it happened. But then it happened, and, like, I wasn't devastated. I didn't think, oh my God, like, I ruined the wedding. Like, we kept it fun, we kept it light, it was, like, no big deal. So here I thought, this fear of, ruining the wedding, and then, I let that fear in my head, and then it, quote unquote, happened, and it wasn't a big deal. Like, it happened, we move on, we got on the party bus, we went to the reception, where I then fell after dancing with my sister-in-law. Thankfully I didn't knock her over, but then that was the joke, like, between me and the maid of honor, my new sister-in-law. She was like, Kyle, I told you not to fall. And I ended up telling her, I'm just not listening to you today. But that's what I think a lot of times people with disability are afraid of, causing a scene or making things, worse, or causing trouble, or making it about them, because I didn't want it to be about me. Their wedding was about them and the love they've had for each other. They've been together almost 9.5 years. Like, it was about them, so I didn't want to make it about me, which is why I was trying to keep it light and fun. And actually, like, it really was. Like, I thought it was actually really funny, because in my head, I'm thinking, when I said, oh, if I fall, I'll say woo. Like, I actually did that. Like, I actually said, woo, like, screamed it in the church and kept walking. And we kept moving, and we had a great time afterwards. So never let fear that your disability is going to get in the way stop you from enjoying yourself, stop you from laughing at yourself. Because sometimes we make things into a big deal that really aren't. And that's kind of an issue that I face a lot is, making things a bigger deal than they are. And something that I thought was going to be a huge deal turned out to be something I can now laugh at. It's only been 3 days. And everybody was happy. Everyone ended up having a great time. And it wasn't about me. We had that small little hiccup. Well, 2 small little hiccups of me almost passing out and me falling. But it was a great day. And they're not going to remember. Well, some people might. But, it's about my brother and sister-in-law, not me. So people, they kind of shrugged it off and nobody made a big deal of it. We just forgot about it. I won't forget about it. And there's 2 lessons from this story. Never let disability fear, don't let it. I know it's there because it's there for me, but it's not always a big deal, and you will get through it. The second lesson is no runner for my wedding. So now I know. But I really hope you enjoyed this story, and I will see you next time.